So for Oman Atenase or Dwabo Ase or Power 97.9 and of so TVXYZ. To say the Edi Kakaino, Daniel Amate, Honorable Daniel Amate, one acting director of elections, ma NDC Amanyo Kono. Yenene Babedin Komo Afa and Shani and Huboabua, Omaye wa bra NDC Amanyo Kono, Babeto a year one Abba. One is a second position, Sahodono. Who is that for grabs a whole a year and commercial campaign your hold but who see in a sepa in a city and a young noble Daniel Mateo has a young man called Abra one Casamfa a year the current state of Ghana economy no and he said you will see who no normal but sure so any amount for doing command on some of Tiffany Sumo but that's only because I'm command so quick one I mean was a Steve new job training or quite wasamba now one who say a bar and san human titi si yeyi akomam na yatete amanfo ne ama amanfo akwanya serbe ya wo mbedi omo ho eba omo sikasemu a eye Steve no job training ene che we nyina ase na wo se bra na on the 17th of December answer na fi we be ko na wieye no wo se bra na won che o se de esiye enwafuo se de esiye eye ensuom na anase ye ensuom nam catfish farming se de esiye emire afuo mushroom farming said ye see the kwadu ice cream banana bread making ye the kwadu to pano 3D epoxy portable biogas bar soap afterwash powdered soap biodigester and the concrete covered what show said ye see no and a face of brown sugar and a yogurt ayensa no human yes ronko Steve no job training and the man sign said obey or best show den was a brain mu sika fra pata na no mamu aye den wo man Ghana mesraw akwanya we abey mesraw take advantage said by I so bede ho about sika semu dwumade ne koso 17th December 2022 wama eye nimde we nyina no no ama boni krata e de aka ho afen so obabiebie kwa ahodo e de ama said by ya wa wo shase na wo ubie o company ha ono so ebetimi e de wako anim kai se dwumade ne koso e wo West Africa Secondary School and also West Africa Senior High School Adenta Barrier was one of the media cost work Kaiser 300 Ghana cedis per and I'll be Pierre Stephen Waji 250 south for the past 2 years here. This time around they also what to get to be 50 cedis back 250 no Saturday you bet me acquire 300 Ghana cedis it is as a boy Ghana no Nekwajecha and San Humanity first Stephen was 055 555 9464 and at 055 555 9465. Steve no job training was your hope for a better life. Now, make us a Caraton shower gel noir na mansai Eddie Gary said away one am the better so kama nah soko kama Caraton shower gel. Ubu na wedi no eden bare and from afar so na pai fita so wedi na tesa na so honam ne tesa wedi na Caraton shower gel supermarket ne cosmetic shop bia obekom bia e wo man Ghana obetimi enya bi ato prostate ones and some odwonso na danda no odwonso wote wa yaw e wo ase bema wedi na prostate capsule Solac natural clinic and this dre abadwaman so zipman capsule so dia bema sisie ne wo se ahoden etimi betenem na fie ye de wedi na se wonya zipman capsules afi obete pa na panyai obete dene na fie aye de we can panya how do want to say hey are we safe? Yes, we are safe. Panya obete dene Solac natural clinic adahoma omo na de say dro tatahwe abadwaman so edi dwumama emema hodo wo manmu Solac makes sense so besima enkane ntide no ensem fatao bema wo kwakudo nsua ho no ensense bi na besisisi ho no ensem fatao wo de ane Solac mixture wo say asotwan ebema bibia akoso wano wo Jeff shop obenya bi ato na afen so herbal shops ahodo ne pharmaceutical shops ahodo wo Ghana mu nyina wo wurema onso beka bi ato de kasiem for Solac natural clinic e was 0245 616 028 0245 616 028 Solac natural clinic was a quality first afei yemra na Oman Atenase no segment with Dwabo Ase no yemfa hwehwe so Honorable Daniel Amate e wa ha say yeshia ya che afei de yeshia but you've been watching
yes,
and listening.
Yes, I've been listening.
Yes. Akwaba, me gini se bibia boko.
Nyame adom bibia.
I must have one acting director of elections. Emma NDC Amanyoko. Edu na de on.
Enda form
all. Pressure da also ada.
Pressure kakra. Say our election has been a bit compressed. There is no room for relaxation.
Okay, as a compressed, as a back to back.
Yes.
It's we
share originally no. And can you region at least you have about a month to prepare for National Congress. But this one is not like that. Whilst we're doing the constituency, we have open nomination for region. It's virtually each of the election overlaps the election before it. In Tiama, we are prepared for it.
Fantastic, fantastic. And say, and I would team Cassia.
Well, me, I have a team. I have a team. The election directorate is made up of 11 members, apart from the director and the 2 deputies.
Right.
Into the directorate members, no, omoka ejumana.
Okay.
I feel so baby baby I do National Election Committee.
Okay.
Chaired by Les Sebifia. It's a 7-member election committee. We have been working around the clock.
Do you have the men?
We have the people.
A solid team.
Yes, very solid team.
Fantastic. Anyway, yeah, remember elections to the year, but answer no. Quick one. You need to come Ghana and finance minister Brani Hebo and of Fahukune, no near Bekasawo, Aberfoot videos, internet and so. And the crowd was about to ask we say local bond crown interest I did that one 2023 or Munyabi. 2024 econo na ye ne kakra 5 ni na fa debt restructuring
in the woman say or can say omo to bond no omo nya interest from 2023 omo for musika no
sir
na masa say wodi wo sika ko even savings account u nya hwe kra wo no say by the end of the year they will be bibi kakra. Inti bond the wo kwa koto the interest has been determined already. Uno say 90 days bond, 120 days, 180 days na. Wo koto bond, uno say bond we me to say na menya. Na say nipa na wa koto bond no ka che say from next year the wonya profit bia, wonya interest bia. Say ade no me nya interest, and for me sika no mami.
But idea bia wo re bigger picture, idea bia omo ye. Said be I am a behu say e ka na da yeso no ye di hodwuma
masa basa na ye di ka ho adwuma obi abobo obosia ana osi media de we asi ho meton ubeto a bosun wu a obenya 10 cities
okay
na wo ka say next year free next year ko e de omo abeto no mu nya mfaso obi a then the person have every right to demand his refund
omo ye bebo ana se be
emwa e de ha kese na ebeba because people you know when people invest in government bond abandi nyina nti say abandi wuka unmu say encheche a abanu obetua but say udi usika koshe aban bond mu no ka say from next year mfaso bua emba band nso a say there are a lot of
but after did this one na e 5% na 10
that sana arrangement na sana nipa no beto bond no was that the arrangement it dey hakesi beba because I can tell you there are people who have invested in government bond and they are living on the interest on you say bond na wakoto every month obenya 4,000 you know be sure ni family inti say na wo si from 2013 say nipa no onya interest bia 2023 onya interest bia say nipa no dey no bedi. Meanwhile, the money don't have alternative use.
What does it say about the general management of
but you just look at our economic rating. Former na yeko. Sesia baby we don't know the next step. Sesia ya trust CCC mu. Ye down. Maybe next rating beba we don't know how Ghana economy will be rated. I didn't know. I didn't the center cannot hold, and I believe say it is just unfortunate say the majority in parliament, the MPs, have disappointed Ghanaians big time, because that 80 MPs omo decided say finance minister ne juma no oye no emboa man nti onkoji na umi kakra. If they have stand their grounds, I believe say the finance minister will not be coming out issuing this kind of statement.
But that statement, you have a cover a year, your debt restructuring. So we governor of the Bank of Ghana, my main kind in 70 Kakrawaka, Dr. Ernest Addison. Why say, and it will be an answer hope we say, sa proposed debt exchange program no, I had a restructure a year or mine cano, and they GDNA and I want to sobi ever buy economy. But
is it the first time we are hearing this? The president himself keep on reassuring Ghanaians, but we keep on getting the opposite of the reassuring. Oh, I feel we budget now. You reading what's the name, all the team under the budget. Last year, you see Hindaso, I mean hope budget, and that's so budget. Did you see anything that actually give any hope to anybody? Rather look at where we are.
Also, we're going to strengthen banking.
How
sector.
Is it going to strengthen the banking sector? Who is going to? Don't forget that banks have also purchased the government bond. And the money the banks use are individuals' money that have been deposited by the banks. When you put your money in the fixed deposit in the bank, you are waiting returns. It is a bank no use so fixed deposit, or the fixed deposit na koto government bond. Now you can say 2023 interest biambabaswa. How is the bank going to pay you your interest? Because you go into a fixed deposit. Who kwakoye fixed deposit? No, you see 1 year they know this is the interest you get. I don't think any bank can call any customer say see the Minister of Finance I can we interest on yen to me.
Anyway, yeah,
but
of course, Honorable Daniel Amate Mensah, one acting director of elections, Emma NDC Amanyoko. After young Concommon, Yentia, Yeshua Hase. I mean, answer the call a year and she say, my nana say, and no man would you go up wabra internal elections in Becoswano. With me, a boy, I mean, at the idea, say, your crater, you are say, crater in here. Estopo a year upcoming elections, war Amasaman. With much a tia sad decision, no, Mateki. And according to Kratano, some branch elections have not been held in Greater Accra. So,
well, it's not only in Greater Accra. There are some few outstanding branches or few constituencies in the country. So far, we have about 3 constituencies that are yet to have their elections. Apart from Amasama, we have one in Amanfi East, and then there's another one that FEC instructed them not to go ahead with their election because of some few outstanding issues. But they defied the FEC orders and went ahead and had their election. FEC will not recognize.
FEC functional
executive committee of the party in the absence of NEC. Yes. And so if you will not recognize the instruction from FEC, I just can't imagine how you expect FEC to recognize your election. FEC said don't hold the election. There are issues. A committee has been set up to resolve the issues. Until you feel say when national issue instruction or statement to various constituencies in the regions, they have to be. It is very, very important. Just yesterday was exactly 1 week. We went to Aguna East to go and have their election. They were asked to hold on the election. They went ahead. They defied the orders and went ahead and had the election. And the FEC nullified their elections. They went to court, where the court realized that if FEC has instructed them not to go ahead with the election, they believe it is within the mandate of FEC to do that.
But Adebako, a year ora Winfred Kofi Zoiku,
yes,
our former chairman and Amasama constituency. The current status here, if you say, yeah, I will say, yes, suspension be by for Adebia way, I must say, NPA. And the young info so say a year NDC Greater Accra, episode or qualifying a money contest, wabra or suspension.
You see, we must all know where our powers ends. It will be completely out of place. Region can say national suspend will be. Now region can say onu wako kwashi in suspension. It doesn't work that way. If you have issue with the suspension, you can appeal to national. But no region can go and quash national orders. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Like a constituency region suspending somebody and then somebody from the constituency saying that we have gone to quash the region suspension. It doesn't work that way. And so if you have issue with the suspension, this is a new executive, you have every right to appeal to national. That we are appealing to national to look at the decision. It is within their right to do so. Until we are national bet you. But you can't go and say that you have quashed national suspension. You don't have that. They are not clothed with that powers to quash national orders.
About the sounds, I mean, implications,
no, it have no effect. Because a national suspend will be now region because they have quashed national suspension. It has no effect. To the best of national, their suspension stands. If you are not happy with the suspension, you have every right to appeal. But you can't go and say you have quashed it. You don't have that powers.
But you see, bone of contention, Ohana said, this same Mama Samai, chairmanship, Thompson, aspirant, Amafosu say, Onuka on the vote, any yes and person so. And then you compare, you contrast it to Agona East, any Adenta, youth organizer aspirants, you know, you disqualify them on the basis of the fact that Omuntimin Tuaba, that was our constituency. Is it a case that Emrano, baby or a fact, they was in fact?
What has happened to the Adenta issue? You have made reference to what has happened to it. The gentleman was not qualified. I went to Akan. I did vetting there. I disqualified the sitting chairman. He's the sitting chairman. But the vetting also have rules. They say when you are doing the vetting, we have what we call mandatory disqualification and discretionary disqualification. For the mandatory disqualification, you don't have power to vary it. You see, if the person is not a registered voter in the constituency, disqualify him. I went to a constituency, he's a sitting chairman. He's not a registered voter in the constituency. When he was elected the chairman, at that time he was a registered voter in the constituency. Certain circumstances happened and he found himself elsewhere. And so he registered in that constituency. When I got to the constituency, a petition was brought before me with his pictures in the register of that constituency.
And who said what we talk about?
No, yes, he can't vote in his constituency because constituency no require registration.
Okay.
You need all register no buy.
And Thompson, you know, I'm a some idea no. Marco Hebebia said,
oh, to be honest with you, I have the appeal committee report here.
Okay.
You can see he has registered in Odido.
Okay.
They brought the register.
It is all to say a person a man contest here.
No, you see, we must all pray according to the rules. And you can't change the rules in the middle of the game. Rules no, you check rules no and son I start to say bobanchi no. Until you can say after my sister rules no. You don't do that. Everybody have to pray according to the rules.
Okay. All right. Now for share a woman.
Until Amasama Asame one ye more than say we will resolve it for them to have their election and for them to take part in the National Congress. We are working around the clock to make sure.
Working around the clock, nature say, and they Juada.
And they Juada. In fact, we received the court injunction on Thursday night. In fact, I left the office around 8 o'clock. I was called later that we have received injunction from Amasam. At that time, they were contemplating to have election. We have issued statement also asking them to hold on with the election because the special appeal committee set up by National is also working around the clock to resolve some of these issues.
Okay.
And particularly when they are legal issues, they are referred to our legal department, directorate, to advise. So we are waiting for their advice. So we had a meeting Thursday, and the region was there, the chairman was there, the secretary organizer, the woman organizer. After the meeting, unless Sibifia called the chairman that we learned they want to have election, they should put the election. He said, oh, they are not going to have election. And so we believe that together with them, we can work out Because Amasama is very important. It's the third biggest constituency in Ghana now in terms of voter population. So it's not a constituency anybody will joke with.
It will be my dapotea. Case and on the
today is Monday. If we are able to resolve the issue by Wednesday, they should be able to have their election.
But you have other constituencies where no,
they are. In fact, so far,
Amenfi East.
So far, these are the two constituencies are outstanding, and then Prisia Wuni Valley. They were asked to. No.
Are they?
No, like I was saying, there are legal issues, and then the team is working around the clock to get it resolved.
Legal issues are border on there. I'm not supposed to say Mpapemu, Sadi, and was because MPP the same mistake. A year Amenfi East. I mean, same mistake than when in 2016. Amenfi East. Emma MPP far kwenyano.
So the AAN say we are making sure that we are able to resolve all issues to bring peace. When you have peace and all the parties are okay and they are happy, I can tell you, whatever happens, you will see the party coming together. Yesterday we had the election at Upper Dinchra West, a very serious confrontation in the constituency before we move in. But we were able to resolve it. And after the election, all the parties came together because they believe that this is a constituency that has taken us a very long time to win. And they think they would not like to operate as an orphan constituency. No matter whatever individual differences, there's a need for them to bury it and come together and protect that seat.
But here's a fear. I'm a Samai, I'm Memphis East. When to resolve,
that's what I'm saying. That will resolve.
When to resolve and Sana elections, yaba. That means that they may not be part of decision making.
Oh no, but for National Congress, we are working to make sure that we have 100%. But it is not always so. I mean, in 2018, we didn't have all the 275 constituencies having their election before. No, you see, but I'm saying that is the target. Ours is to make sure that all the constituencies have their election, take part in the regional election, take part in the national election. They have had their regional election without them because they have not had their elections. We are working around the clock to make sure that we'll be able to resolve their issues so that they will be able to take part in the National Congress. But you need to bring the parties together. They need to understand that, listen, we have to move on. We can't continue. Because some of the issues, you believe that if people really understand the rules says that if you are not a registered voter in the constituency, you can't contest. And you, the one who is contest, who has filed your nomination, you know you are not a registered voter in the constituency. I mean, this one should not be difficult for. Well, even from the branch level, we said that, listen, for you to contest at the branch level, you must be a registered voter in the branch. There are few people who try to beat the process. They were caught during voting and they were disqualified. And so if all of us are playing according to the rules, I don't think we will come to where we are now. But it is important for everybody to agree that you can't circumvent the guidelines and think that you'll be given the right to contest.
Okay.
And so once that aspect has been resolved, we can move on.
All right, that was your phone. Non-crab Sima Edriana Watche. Yene Honorable Daniel Amate Mensah na wa say ya twetwe nkomo e dia fa NDC abatoɔ no. Wouldn't say the da animu ye women's and youth organizer conference no. And na e da animu ye. I talk about that no. And no e ba ho boaboa any ahosiesia say na normal city, particularly I mean composition of delegates a year team president and I so women commissioners.
I think it has been resolved. The three issues have been resolved before we had our regional elections. FEC set up a 3-member committee chaired by Dr. Makahin. The committee submitted their report on Friday, and so the list has been sent out. All the
delegates listen.
No, for the Wukong,
okay.
For the team list.
Okay.
You know, the issue was with the accredited team institutions. So the committee was tasked to go through and make sure that all the lists you have received are tea institutions that have been properly accredited and they have had their elections. And the committee did that and they came with their report. The report was made available on Friday. So what we did was to escalate it and send it to the various regions. The only region we had issue was Greater Accra because at that time they planned having their election on Friday, and we learned some people went to court and secured injunction against 32 institutions. But in all, there were 40 institutions that were cleared by the Kaayin committee to take part in the regional youth and the women's conference. The list came out with accredited tea institutions, but without the name of the Wukong. But those areas are not difficult to realign because every tea institution that have elections and they have their team president, they have their women commissioner. So all that you need to do is to get in touch with the patron, and then you'll be able to know who the Wukong, the woman commissioner is. And so this was cross-check. And so all the tea institutions that were cleared by Kaayin committee, we have made sure that their women commissioner will also take part in the women elections. Okay.
So when you cleared the Yamra delegates list, so saying that to be honest,
where for delegates list for the youth and women, we have actually completed it. For as I'm talking to now, we have issued the list out. Those who are contesting for the 4 position in the youth and the women's wing, they have come for the list and they are going through it. For the women's wing, we have 83 people contesting, apart from the various regional teams. And then we have
83 aspirants.
833.
833.
They are the delegates to the women's wing. 833.
Traditional delegates, no?
Yeah, including our team reps, and then we have 20 MPs.
Okay.
Who are automatic members of the women's wing. They take part in that. And with the youth wing, we have 1,089 people taking part as delegates in the women's wing.
What about former female appointees?
No, former female appointees, they don't have voting right.
Okay.
No,
former women organizers as well.
Former women organizers, where for now, they will be taking part. Former national women organizers, they will be taking part in the May election, but they are not taking part in the youth and the women. No. And the main election, we are talking about close to a little over 9,000 delegates.
But so you're former national women's organizer. You'll be to about original elections.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you will be able to vote in the main national elections.
But wait to region.
If you are a national women organizer, you can vote in your region.
Former national women.
No, not former. Former, you only take part in the main congress.
But by your people to about all regions.
No.
It cannot be possible.
People were confusing the sitting women organizers. In fact, this issue came up strongly in Eastern region, where our deputy national women organizer went there to go and vote. And people also try to challenge the national youth organizer. They have a voting right in this region.
So we are sitting
yes.
with Matu.
Yes.
Now what about say with the welcome?
No, what you take part in the main congress.
But say a bit to about region.
No, to the best of what we prepare the delegates list. If your name is on the list. No. If your name is not on the list, you can't vote. If your name is not in the delegates list, you can't vote. Currently, what we are doing, we are realigning some of the names because we have people who were former MPs in their regions. Later, they became ambassadors and they are in Accra here. You can't put them on delegates list in Accra list as former MPs. But you can put them on the Accra delegates list as former ambassadors. Because once the person have his vote here, and the one name that comes is Madam Hazel. She was an MP in Western Region, former MP in Western Region. Later, she became ambassador. Currently, she votes in Tema.
Okay.
So, her name has been added to the Greater Accra list as a former ambassador.
Okay. Very well. Yanko in CSC, no. A ballot printing, a month for number, and your names, a war, krata, and a swan. Assurance being now bit media based on you see join a polling station about one course on, and even in certain cases, you say constituency level and so and regional elections, no, kakra unity or assurance being a bit with your mind say a bahono dia.
Well, I think that the issue we had was mainly with the constituency elections.
Okay.
And the regional election, we never had transposition of candidates' name and their position. Because what the and say, notice or pool, my candidate in show notice or pool, which is a replica of what the ballot paper will look like. They make correction to their name and check their positions. Because the balloting was done at the regional level, and it was submitted to us. We did the ballot printing from national. So this issue about transposition of candidate position on the ballot never happened at the regional level. We never happened because we supervise the printing. And so we are not envisaging in it. As I'm talking to you, as I'm talking to you now, we are meeting.
Because there have been questions about printing house now.
No, no, that was at the constituency level. And unfortunately, those regions were advised that the gentleman doesn't have the capacity. Unfortunately,
at national level,
regional level, no, yes, no problem. National level, like I said, we are meeting the contestants 11 o'clock this morning because all things being equal, printing will start from tomorrow. We want all the aspirants to send their agent to the printing house to witness the printing process. We are working around the clock. So by the close of today, we will settle on who will be doing the ballot printing.
But yes. A printing house when I print it.
And no, can say by the close of the day, we'll settle on which printing house will be.
It means a number of them.
Oh yes, there are a lot of printing houses.
We can't settle on any.
No, not yet. Not yet.
And what kind of election will be a
but with the numbers we are talking about, if you look at the youth wing, we are printing 1,150.
Okay.
Because we are work 5%. This is a day printing.
Okay.
If you look at the women's wing, we are printing 900. It's a day printing.
Okay.
So it's not something that will take more than one day.
But you see, the entire issue we here because of the year 2018. Now I'm not going phones no. We raise it and I'll raise it here again. Honorable Dwabo Ase, the dequad and justice here.
No, but that's why I'm saying that. Minu Kasai, you are printing the notice of pool since Wednesday. Or national, we have invited all the aspirants or their agent to come and sign against their names and their position. And most of them have done that. Because it is for them to check even the name arrangement. Obi can say me dindi somewhere yaw edu say. But me per se no somewhere edu say yaw.
Okay.
The name arrangement. So you come and look at it. If you are certified, you sign against it. Because that is what will go into the ballot.
Said by a subone mammo mosono. When you say when you say printing houses crona where you almost say Bobabe settle on back sono. Obeda mo edi. Na man say nyina
Mansa, when we finish with that one today, we will let the public know who is doing the ballot printing.
Okay, there no any problem.
Yes.
Well, you have security and I think so accommodation and my delegates.
Where we have various committee for our Congress. We have the Congress Planning Committee. We are meeting this morning 10 o'clock. Then we have the accreditation committee, we have accommodation committee, we have transport committee. We have various committees, subcommittees that have been charged with the responsibility to look into that. I believe, we are doing the youth and the women's conference in UCC. Accommodation will not be a challenge. They have been able to work around the accommodation. We are doing the main congress in Accra Sports Stadium. Legon is going to be the Congress village where most of the delegates will be staying, and then they will be transporting from Legon to Accra Sports Stadium. So accommodation will not be a
arrangement.
No, all the regions are coming. They are arriving on Friday.
Okay.
At Legon, and then they will be transported from Legon to Accra Sports Stadium.
Okay.
So nobody is coming from his region straight to Accra Sports Stadium.
Okay. Adeɛ baako a na tie down ho adi wɔ ɛyɛ mabato no ho. Ɛyɛ and I've heard some of more party in penny for our my issue someone and they say look you will be what MPP amanyo kweli. This you who say NDC amu opposition no side and done wedi. Say this ke wuri abato. Or in the name of say mama fa influence will be na want to abama me. Meaning say more bibi amodi ato akwam amodi besi side no ho kwan. One kasa as penny a war party no am person party ni din kunim in 2024.
Well, I strongly believe, say, we need to manage how we try to influence people with money. I know there have been instances where people have given money, but they have lost election miserably. Because the people will take your money. But once they have made up their mind that they are not going to vote for you, they will vote for you. People who are being elected will not be elected based on the highest bidder. I think we need to take this money trying to influence people to vote based on the highest bidder should be thing of the past. Because honestly speaking, this economy, we are talking about close to over 9,000 delegates. Even if you decide to give 100 Ghana cedi to each delegate, just do the multiplication, you see the money involved. In fact, I pity our national officers because, Masa, I travel from Gosu in Ahafo region to Apang. I bought fuel 1,490 just from Ahafo to Central region. And so you can imagine somebody traveling along the Eastern Corridor, visiting every constituency. We are talking about 276 constituencies. By the time you finish, I have contested a national. Oh yes. Oh, honestly speaking, I've witnessed some few elections in Greater Accra, from constituency to regional level, and the delegates selected people they believe that, given the opportunity, they will be able to serve the party and serve the party better.
Abato better break NDC.
I don't think so.
Because of the names and
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. This party is bigger than any individual. There is no way this election will break NDC. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, it's a very stiff contest. But this is not a contest that will break the party. Not at all.
All right.
We are more united. You know, the challenges ahead of us is to rescue the country. And so it's not about individual interests. All of us have resolved that the election notwithstanding, after the election, we need to come together. Because rescuing Ghana is more important than individual interests.
Mate. Honorable, Dwabo Ase.
Thank you so much.
Dwabo Ase of 97.9. So you're dying for Eddie Achemo, NDC for Abattoir, Basso Tissue Woman, a youth organizer position, said the Geno is it here. Ye Jina so now and Nediano Yakubu. Slanyami Aduma, Dr. Casiela to force and over Betrakuya Cassie, now child debt restructuring program. No. Oba chere said ye asichere esitie any baby a Ghana edinani echere Dwabo Ase ne de bram within the Prince Kwame Minkah. Yes, sorry, so I'm at the biggest mid-morning show aba our Power 97.9. King Nicholas Nendodrom Muso na yakwa ibe chia nyame yadma. Bye bye.